Here you have it. This week we're diving into the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma. This is the Trailhunter trim, a purpose-built, factory-built overlanding rig that is as rugged as it is eye-catching. We're going to touch on the off-road gear straight from ARB and Old Man Emu and why this truck turns heads no matter where you go. Is it the epitome of an adventure vehicle, or is it just overkill for daily life? Let's find out. Let's dive in. All right, let's quickly touch on the trims that the Tacoma is offered in before we dive into this specific one. There are quite a few, and they do break down between having the iForce engine and iForce Max engine. So you have an SR5, which only comes with the base engine. You have the TRD Pre-Runner, again, only available in the base engine. You have a TRD Sport that's available in both the base engine and the iForce Max. Same with the TRD Off-Road and the limited trim, which obviously is going to be more about luxury and comfort. Then only offered with the iForce Max is the Trailhunter that we have here, and right above that is the TRD Off-Road. Although the Trailhunter and TRD Off-Road are both built for different purposes and don't necessarily compete with each other, but we'll dive a little bit more into that as we go along. Let's check out the exterior here. So this Trailhunter really stands out in the Tacoma lineup with a rugged, purpose-driven design that's engineered for serious overlanding. It immediately grabs attention with its bronze oxide exterior paint, a signature shade exclusive to this trim, which emphasizes its unique personality. The heritage-inspired grille with bronze accents and an integrated 20-inch LED light bar is both functional and striking, serving as a nod to Toyota's off-road legacy while providing practical lighting for nighttime adventures. It's clear from first glance that this truck is built for more than just commuting. One of the standout features of the Trailhunter is its attention to off-road capability straight from the factory. Equipped with 33-inch Goodyear Wrangler Territory RT tires, mounted on 18-inch bronze finished alloy wheels, it boasts enhanced ground clearance and durability for tackling rough terrain. The Trailhunter also comes with rock rails and high-strength steel skid plates, all of which provide added protection in challenging environments. These factory-installed components remove the need for extensive aftermarket modifications, making this truck ready for adventure as soon as you drive it off the lot. Unique to the Trailhunter is its integration of ARB, Old Man Emu, and Rigid Industries equipment, setting it apart from other off-road focused trims. The Old Man Emu 2.5-inch forged monotube shocks with remote reservoirs provide exceptional ride quality and load carrying capability, whether you're crawling over rocks or hauling camping gear. The ARB steel rear bumper with integrated recovery hooks not only enhances durability but also adds utility for trailer recoveries. Additionally, Rigid Industries color switching LED fog lamps ensure visibility in various weather conditions. The overall design is rugged yet cohesive, with functional elements seamlessly integrated into the aesthetic, from the low profile high mount air intake, which helps with dusty environments, to the modular ARB bed rack system and removable MOLLE panels for added cargo versatility. The Trailhunter doesn't just look the part, it's engineered to deliver on the promise of exploration. This trim is more than just a truck. It's a statement of capability and readiness for those who dream for the road less traveled. So looking at the Trailhunter's bed, it is designed with overhauling enthusiasts in mind, offering features that enhance both utility and convenience. Key aspects include an integrated air compressor, 2400 watt AC inverter, bed utility bar with removable MOLLE panels, high mount air intake, and again the ARB bed rack compatibility. These features collectively make the Trailhunter's bed a versatile and practical space tailored to meet the demands of overlanding and extended outdoor excursions. Popping the hood and looking at the engine in this Trailhunter, it is powered by the iForce Max hybrid powertrain, an all-new game-changing setup that combines a 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with a 48 horsepower electric motor integrated into the 8-speed automatic transmission. Together they produce an impressive 326 horsepower and class-leading 465 pound-feet of torque, making this the most powerful Tacoma ever. This hybrid system delivers exceptional low-end torque, kicking in as early as 1700 RPM, providing the kind of grunt needed for off-road crawling or hauling heavy loads. It's also surprisingly efficient for its power, with an estimated combined fuel economy of 24 miles per gallon, a strong figure for a mid-sized truck of this capability. Whether you're tackling steep trails or cruising on the highway, the iForce Max powertrain offers a blend of power, efficiency, and responsiveness tailored for adventure. All right, guys, we're inside the Trailhunter, and while a lot of the stuff in the interior obviously is going to be the same as a lot of stuff you get with all of the Tacomas, but there are some goodies in here that you don't get in normal Tacomas, and it's a pretty nice interior, so let me give you a good look around. All right, let's start off with kicking it on. It is a push button start, so foot on the brake, kick it on. You get your normal chimes, and probably immediately what you see is this really large 14-inch touchscreen display. And this thing has a bunch of different features. It's got the newest UX design from Toyota. You've got a ton of different things that you can dive into. I would have liked to see more kind of off-roading information, but you still get a decent amount of info here. And again, a big screen, which is always nice, especially for the cameras, which we'll look at in just a second. But all the materials in here, this is like a rock look, a stone look. It's really nice. You got the Toyota logo here with orange and black. You've got orange and gray on your interior. The seats are gray with orange stitching and orange piping. Perforated leather. They are heated and cooled seats. Steering wheel is also heated. Lots of buttons and controls on it. And of course, you've got plenty of cubbies and little pockets to hold stuff, which is great for a truck that you're going to spend a lot of time in. Moving back to the dash here, you do got a large volume knob below the screen. You've got physical buttons here for all your AC and heat controls, and these little toggle switches, which are really nice. Your heated and cooled seat buttons, heated steering wheel. Back here is like an upright tray. You can throw your phone here. It is a wireless charger for your phone. Also just a nice material. You have two USB Type-C charging ports here. And as far as I can tell, both of them only charge. Unless I'm just crazy, I didn't see a USB connection for interfacing with the infotainment system. You can Bluetooth to it. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but I think you have to wirelessly connect to it. Again, these will just charge. They're fast charging at 45 watts each, but there's no standard USB that interfaces with the infotainment system. Again, as far as I found, gear shifter is a standard gear shifter, no electronic knob or anything like that. Put it into reverse, and we take a look at those cameras. You do get a full 360 camera system. Lots of different controls here for really getting around that vehicle. You have specific off-roading cameras that point forward and see your sides, and you can see some info on your angles, and again, pick different ones that you want to see. You also have a button right here that will just bring up those cameras. You have a trailering button, a rear diff lock button, and a sway bar disconnect button. You have your electronic parking brake and auto hold button. And then it's a bit difficult to see, but you have 4-wheel low, 4-wheel high and 2-wheel high. So you can't turn this, but if you push in right here and turn, you can shift into 4-wheel high or 4-wheel low. You do have drive modes, including Eco, Normal, and Sport. You have a tow haul mode, MTS, and a crawl mode. All really cool, and we'll test out a little bit of the 4-wheel drive today, but I don't really have a great place to take this off-roading, but we'll check out a little bit. Next, we have our steering wheel that has a ton of controls again. You can interface with the driver information screen back here from the steering wheel. This side is more about your cruise control and safety features. That driver information screen is a full LCD screen that again will kind of change depending on what drive mode you're in or what you're looking to do. And then on the other side of the steering wheel, you've got a lot more buttons that you normally wouldn't have, including a button to lower the tailgate because it is an automatic drop tailgate, your auxiliary buttons, automatic headlights, fuel door, outside lights, light bar, and fog lights. And this will actually change the color of the fog lights, which is kind of cool. So it can be a bright white light or kind of an amber or yellow light. Kind of skipped over the cup holders. Standard armrest, very padded, nice for that elbow. It's got the same gray leather with stitching. A little bit small of a cubby here, but not terrible, probably about 3 or 4 inches deep. And then again, more cup holders for the rear seats. Now I did jump into the rear seats. They are a little bit tight for me as a 6'1", bit of a bigger guy, adult. My kids rode back there. They're pretty big kids as well. They didn't really complain too much, but I definitely have to move my driver's seat a little bit more forward so that somebody can fit behind me. But if I'm driving comfortably, there's not much that will fit behind me in here. That's obviously nothing on the Trailhunter itself. That's just the Tacoma, because this is a mid-sized truck. But if you have to throw people back there, it can be done. We also have the JBL sound system with JBL speakers all throughout, including the Bluetooth JBL speaker in the dash that pops out. Super cool. A little bit of a gimmick, but if you're into music while you're camping or whatever and don't want to carry an extra speaker, truck comes with one. We have no sunroof or anything. Seats, super comfortable. Driving position, super comfortable. We'll talk more about that as we drive, which we should get this thing out on the road, so let's go. Driving the new Tacoma in this Trailhunter trim is an experience that feels purpose-built for an adventure, but doesn't forget about everyday usability. On the road, the truck is surprisingly composed for something so focused on off-road capability. The suspension, with its Old Man Emu shocks, soaks up rough terrain with ease and even handles bumpy city roads comfortably. This is a truck that feels sturdy yet refined, perfect for long road trips to remote destinations. However, you're always reminded of its rugged purpose when you catch a glimpse of the snorkel intake in your peripheral vision or hear the tires humming on the pavement. The iForce Max hybrid powertrain is a mixed bag for me. On one hand, the power is excellent with its instant torque that makes highway merges or quick passes feel effortless. This truck has no trouble getting up to speed, even when loaded up. But on the other hand, there's an audible air intake sound during hard acceleration that's hard to ignore. It might be coming from the snorkel, but sounds more like a turbo working overtime. While some may find it adds to the truck's rugged character, I found it a bit distracting on longer drives. Off-road, this truck feels completely at home. The high clearance front bumper, rock rails, and additional articulation from the stabilizer disconnect mechanism gives you the confidence to tackle tougher trails without hesitation. While I didn't have the chance to push it to its absolute limits, the brief time I spent off-roading showed just how capable and well engineered the Trailhunter is. The suspension handles uneven terrain and rocks with ease. The multi-terrain monitor is a game changer for spotting obstacles that might otherwise be hidden. Overall, the driving dynamics of the Trailhunter strike a great balance between capability and comfort. It's rugged enough to make you want to plan your next adventure, yet refined enough that it doesn't feel like a chore to drive to work or run errands. This is a truck that's as versatile as it is exciting, and while it has a few quirks, it's a strong reminder of why Toyota continues to lead the pack in off-road ready trucks. All right, with that drive, let's quickly talk about the price and competition before we start wrapping this thing up. Like I said, the Tacoma itself is available in a lot of different trims. If you're looking at just a base Tacoma, they start around $31,500, so just under $32,000 for a mid-size base pickup truck. Not bad. If you want some of the looks or a good starting point outside of buying something like this, the TRD Off-Road is about $42,000. If you just want more of a luxurious trim, the Limited is $52,000. But then you jump into the Trailhunter, which is $64,000, and the TRD Pro, which is $65,000. And this doesn't really have anything added to it. This is basically what you would get if you ordered a Trailhunter from the factory, and its full MSRP is $64,950, so just under $65,000, which I think for everything that you get here is a really good price. And there's not really a ton that directly competes with this. There are obviously off-roading trucks, mid-sized trucks out there that compete more with maybe the TRD Pro, but this being an overlanding specific vehicle from the factory, it's kind of tough to compete with. But we'll go through the list of kind of mid-sized trucks. With the Ford Ranger, you do have the Tremor trim, obviously off-road capable, has off-road tuned Fox shocks, and is a decent competitor to this. You also do have the Ranger Raptor, which might be a little bit more than this, depending on how you shake it up. The Chevy Colorado, you do have a ZR2 package, which again has off-roading capabilities with some performance off-road suspension, 33-inch all-terrain tires, but of course doesn't have the same overlanding gear focused accessories to it. You have the Jeep Gladiator, which has the Mojave trim that has Fox internal bypass shocks. So the Mojave is designed for kind of high-speed desert running rather than overlanding. And then you have the Nissan Frontier with the Pro 4X with Bilstein off-road shocks, skid plates, and all the goodies. And again, the Pro 4X is a solid off-road vehicle, but lacks some of the goodies to make it really an overland specific vehicle. All right, with that, let's jump out and I'll give you some of my final thoughts and we'll wrap this thing up. So at the end of the day, the Trailhunter is a sign of Toyota's commitment to adventure and capability. They've had the TRD Off-Road, kind of their top of the line off-roading rig for a long time now. But introducing this Trailhunter that's specifically meant for overlanding, for that adventure, for that camping trip, it's a real signal to the market and really stands out. And I think the big thing here is that the Trailhunter is not just functional, but looks really cool. It gives that kind of supercar vibe for a truck where it might not all be practical for day-to-day life, but you're gonna turn a lot of heads when driving this thing. And obviously combining it with that iForce Max engine is a testament to how much they're gonna really put into this thing. Overall, it's a really solid vehicle and it gets a thumbs up from me. Really worth checking out, especially if overlanding is something that you're into. Although I know a lot of people like to build up their own trucks if they're doing that, and sometimes it can be a little bit less expensive. But for somebody like me that would be a novice to overlanding and just likes the looks of the truck, it's a winner. With that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Trailhunter, the all-new trim for the Tacoma. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We do a different review every week. Lots of trucks, mid-sized trucks, but also family vehicles and everything else. If you're into automotive reviews, really worth checking out the channel. Also, check out TXGARAGE.com where we do written reviews as well as event news coverage from a lot of great authors over there, not just myself. TXGARAGE.com, again, really worth checking out. With that, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching.